Thank you very much, Dr. Lal, for introduction. Of course, I thanks to NISTI for this particular celebration on ITMA, because Indians have really celebrated that well during this particular exam. But now we are almost coming as a superstar in the textile industry. When it is exhibition, I think most of you are coming from the textile background, and we keep on understanding when is the next exhibition or when is the date which would be announced. And then accordingly, we like to meet people, we like to share our experience, like to gain a lot of knowledge. And that's what all happens in an exhibition. Here in ITMA also it has happened in a similar fashion. There was a great response from most of the countries, irrespective of post-COVID era. There were a lot many technologies which were exhibited first time. There was a lot of you can see the visuals of ITMA. And then which were the countries who have exhibited? Italy was having number one. Of course, it was the host country. I request all to please mute yourself.
Stated that with the passage of time, by
Hello.
symbolism of authority or power portraying the holding of nation in colonial.
Can all of you please mute? Thank you. So Italy was having almost 30% of the space occupation with 422 exhibitors. Germany, followed by Italy, was 18% in space and 198 exhibitors. Then was Turkey with 12%, followed by China. This time China was having only 7% presence, and of course India, which is coming very strongly with 6% of space utilization and almost 181 exhibitors. Similarly, we have seen this time that finishing was having almost 27% of space occupation, followed by spinning 13%, weaving was 10%, printing was 12%. Of course, digital printing has shown its own class and own population in terms of the space allocated to them, and followed by 10% of knitting. I will come to my slides for summarization. Before that, I would like you to come out from this particular ITMA hangover, I would say, and come out to know what exactly has happened in case of innovations. And I'm really happy to have very excellent speakers with me. I will introduce them one by one. Then they will give their presentation. We'll have some sort of a brief questions with them. I will ask them questions. Then there will be presenter number 2, presenter number 3, and then we'll open the forum for the question and answer session. So first one, congratulations to Naveen Agarwal for his new designation. Of course, I am following him. I am observing him right from his college days. He is a very smart guy. He started with Solapur, taking the knowledge which was there at that time, because Solapur was very famous for the chaddars and terry towels. It was a great hub. But within 2 years, 3 years, he found that now the market is shifting to Mumbai. So he came to VJTI. He came to Mumbai to learn a lot about the degree of textile engineering. He excelled over there, came with rank number 3. But not only there, he went to the Hultas Industries, which is pioneer of having very good technology. Then he found that now not just weaving, I should also think of something else, and then not just spinning and weaving, but also he wanted to add to his portfolio a bigger company, a bigger portfolio, and that's why he joined AT. And now you can see the way he has progressed till today. I think, or maybe yesterday, he will introduce his own technologies now onwards. Over to you, Naveen. Please start your presentation.
Thank you, Avinash, and thank you all the audience. Today, my topic, or I will take you around what are the new developments and basically new innovations happened in spinning, weaving, and knitting. Of course, it's a vast field. Even in spinning, spinning accessories, even in ginning, then later on in processing, finishing, garmenting, but it's too big for me to cover everything. My other colleagues are there, Mr. Mhatre and Mr. Athalye to cover the more topic. Let me take you around. If we talk about textile, I think we have all eminent participants from textile, but still, let me take you, since we are on the subject, how textile in India is. A little overview of textile. Uh, it's needless to say that India is amongst the world's largest producer of textile apparels. Though we cannot count to be number one, two, three when we talk about China, we talk about Bangladesh, we talk about other country, but we have our own presence that in India, we are the second largest industry in India after the Bollywood or some other industry come. We have a strong presence with our population of crossing uh, uh, the 140 billion people, 1.4 billion people, and then our GDP, 2.3% to our GDP we contribute from textile. The large amount of people, more than 45 million people are associated directly, or some are even a bigger number associated indirectly with the textile field, and that itself is giving employment to the large population. Of course, India started encouraging foreign direct investment, and we have reached now even more than 3.4 billion. And of course, we are aiming that 300 billion plus export will happen. The entire textile industry by next year or so, and we are witnessing that this year. Definitely, it's been slow, but nevertheless, it's a cyclic in textile always we have seen, but it will improve. Friends, the textile value chain itself is quite big. If we talk particularly about the natural fiber, it starts with the cotton field. I think the last year we seen that more than 371 lakh bale being produced, cultivated in India. To convert that into the good fiber, loose fiber, or clean fiber, we have 4,000 plus spinning ginning mills spread across India. Fiber getting exported, fiber getting converted into spinning. So 55 million of ring spindle we have, and close to 0.6 million open end spindles we have across India. We are not at one pocket. It was been known that spinning is synonym with South India, but today everywhere in the India we have a spinning industry. Fabrics have been produced largely in India. That's a very strong country, getting converted from the conventional weaving to the shuttleless weaving machine by the way of airjet, by the way of rapier, by the way of water jet. Still, we believe on the handloom. Still, we believe on the power loom. We have a large population, circular knitting, warp knitting. These are the means to convert the yarn into the fabric, including non-woven, of course. We have a dyeing, processing, finishing, more than 2,300 units now. I think even more. Where we have a strong presence to convert, but we need to be modernize ourselves to handle the new generation of yarn fiber. And then, of course, garment, though we are 80,000 plus garment units across India, we need a scale to excel into the garment sector also, like what has been very well known, our neighbor Bangladesh. So we are into complete value chain. Of course, there are many things apart from this key aspect of the textile industry. Friends, when we buy any garment, when we buy any article of textile, friends, it goes through the various process. As I said, spinning, weaving, dyeing, printing, finishing, each process has an enormous line. So everywhere it's adding to the value, adding value to the yarn, adding value to the weaving. So it's not a simple process that somebody sees the garment, that it's a simple textile. It's a very complicated, and we deliver what we cover the bodies of all human beings and non-human beings also. Friends also need to see, we are in the era where I think we are seeing that the India face is changing now. I think since last decade or even before, or we are seeing the big change in India. What was this change? You know, we had a typical our habits, shopping. Friends, I still remember when I was of my young age, it was need based. By Diwali aa gayi, Diwali aa gayi, Dashera aa gaya, then there is some festival. So can somebody
Please,
mute?
please
Okay, so
request
yeah,
all to please mute yourself. Thank you.
the shopping was need based. There is a wedding, there is a Diwali, there is a Dashera, there is a Eid, there is a Christmas. Today, shopping is experience. You go to the market, whether you want it or not, you like something, you buy it. That is increasing our stake in industry. It was the brand loyalty. But Raymond के अलावा, Bombay Dyeing के अलावा मैं कुछ खरीदता नहीं. Today, you experience, you like it. So there are hundreds and thousands of brands available for you. You don't mind whether it's a well-known brand or not. You feel it, you experience it, you buy it. It was low information. You don't know whether it's a viscose, whether it's a cotton, whether it's a polyester, whether it's a mixture, modal, lycra. You have all informed. There is a QR code available. You can track. There is a traceability of everything. There was an exclusivity. No, one person will do only one type of fabric. One brand will only do this. Today, it's a service industry. You have to go with a basket. It was seasonal buying. Only when the season. It's all year buying. Malls are open, shops are open, online channels are open. You see at the bottom, there are n number of channels where you can buy super media. It was the conventional challenge of going to the shop, buying a fabric, going to the tailor, get stitch, then wear. Today, it's a multiple challenge. You no need to depend on one. So changing customer priority, that itself required innovations. I think you have seen that what was before few decades and now what, and what will be the next. I think the 3D technologies, you can virtually see which is fitting to your body, and also those changes you must be an innovator also in your process of manufacturing and your process of developing something. Needless to say, India is becoming the ideal sourcing base. As I explained, we have a complete value chain. We are into production. We are strong into logistics. We are strong into designs. And can somebody mute? Don't mind. Okay.
I
So we
think
have a tangible manufacturing.
the coordinator can please mute everybody except Mr. Navin Bhai. That will be of great help.
I tried to mute many people when I
Now,
was
the organizing
listening.
committee, I would request the organizing
Yeah, yeah.
committee who has the central control of muting everybody.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
please.
will. I will
Please do.
very well.
Thank you. It's a really interesting session going on.
Thank you.
So friends, we are into the right field of industry. Often our students feel that अरे मेरे को IT नहीं मिला, electronics नहीं मिला, last option, nobody, nothing available. I am in textile, but I can guarantee, and I witnessed it, that with many institutes, textile students are 100% getting job. I don't know. I'm not saying that others are not getting, but there is a jobs available. There are various. So we are complete having the big advantage to be in textile. What's advantage India is having? Abundance of raw material. We have a cotton, we have a polyester, we have a nylon, we have all type of fiber. We cultivate fiber, we produce fiber. As I said, we are present in entire value chain. It's not that we are expert only in garment or only in weaving, only in spinning. Like Bangladesh, they are expert in garments, but they source fabric, they source yarn, they source fiber from everywhere. We have a competitive manufacturing cost. Thanks to our government, time to time, they gave us quite good incentives, good things to develop this industry. We have a huge manpower. You just put a notice that you want to recruit a manager or you want to recruit a supervisor. You need 3 people and you get 50 people of request. Large and growing domestic market. Needless to say here, how many, check your wardrobes. How many clothes you have? You have not even touched. I think everybody of us have realized during COVID that we spent our days, night and months with Bermuda and t-shirt. We felt that we have a huge clothes. I will not buy any clothes henceforth, like no shirt, no pant. What happened today? Again, we are buying. So we are the part of the fast fashion, not only the women's or the ladies. We men are also into the fast chain of buying a new clothes. Of course, per capita income is rising. We are the spending country. We don't save much, but we spend a lot. We have an organized retail, the Indian retails plus the outsider retailers, e-commerce, B2B, B2C, everything is available. Mintra, you take any other brand. You no need to see, no need to go anywhere. You can buy the fashion. That's era we are living. And the last topic also I can say that's the technical textile that altogether different in its there. Automotive, we are getting very strong. Technical textile, healthcare, infrastructure. Friends, the picture which you can see, these are the factors influencing these festivals are influencing our demands. No festival is going dry where textile is not getting the share. The picture itself says that every festival require huge new clothes. We don't use the old one. That's our tradition. Whether you go to the eastern area, whether you go to the north, west, south, every festival bring a good business to the textile. I think markets have been driven. अभी ईद की तैयारी हो रही है, अभी दिवाली की तैयारी हो रही है. But around the year we have a festivals, weddings, events and weddings. Thank God we spend and we are surviving, and this should happen. This would I can say that this should not be only in India. The wedding, our type of wedding should spread across the world, and then you can see how textile flourish. So this was my small my collection of making our team, our people confident on the textile, though we are passing through a slow pace of little recession. But friend, this will be a small, maybe it will extend to some more time, but it will turn out to be the, after the hardcore COVID, we came back, our industry bounced back immediately, and same way this will again happen now. So I'll take you what few developments happened. I will not read the slides, but I can share the slide. Those whomsoever want, I can put on the link on the there, or organizer can share my presentation. This well explained by Mr. Avinash, and India's stake was quite remarkable in the exhibition at ITMA, whether it's ITMA, anywhere. The people depend on China Pavilion, and now they said Incredible India Pavilion. What was the theme of ITMA basically? It was the advanced materials, different type of materials they could showcase, automation and digital future, innovation, technologies, sustainability, circularity, that's the buzzword going on along with sustainability. And what is today toward the sustainable and circular industry, digitalization and automation, ease of doing the process or process improvement. Lot of development happen in textile chemicals, which can be recirculate, reused, recycling happening. Stores are coming up with, you go with the old cloth, immediately it will process and you get the new clothes. And transition toward circular textile industry, that will be more and more we will see in coming time. So what's there in the spinning, basically? If I talk about the Trussler, which are leader in the world, also they have a strong presence in India. Every machine, what is there, it should be more versatile. Later application being widened so that you produce more, you lose less. You can segregate the fibers, good fiber, bad fiber, so that you can reuse the noils or reuse the fibers. This was the main topic from Trussler. That's the most successful there. So they have increased the flat strip area, more than 14% extended carding length. And generally, you know, when we studied textile, we were told that the carding produced 60, 70, 80 kg per hour. Today, friends, with open end requirement with a coarser, with a recycle thing. Even up to 250 kg per hour productions are been achieved from the carding machine. No bale. After bale opener, everything automatic. You no need to transfer the lap. It's all automatic, and you don't require big manpower. Carding machine itself, you look like a smart box. Trussler came with a comber. That's new, and we are proud to say that Trussler made their comber series only in India and supplied to the world. And there again, they could make a quite good impact on saving the noils. So they have online noil monitoring. I think noil is the in comber decide the realization of yarn or realization of material. So online noil monitoring was the big aspect from Trussler. Our other big group, LMW, Lakshmi Machine Works Limited. I worked with them through Voltas. We feel proud that the Indian company who did lot of good developments in all sector. In carding, they did. Again, I said that they also projected that 250 kg per hour. Of course, it's not for every type of fiber. But friends, you can see the same place, same worker, same thing, you produce a lot. Wider and wider things are happening. Savings are there mainly in your process. The another big aspect of innovation LMW showcased is the ring frame. Their LRJ 90SX. I still remember in 90s, the ring frame total length were 840 spindle or 880 spindle was the, or people used to buy 500 spindle ring frame. Today, it's like a train, long, big 24 bogie train, 2400 spindle. Somebody is playing on the screen. Who is playing on the screen? Organizer. Okay. So, and speed, 30,000 RPM. It's changed. My friend here, Vasant Terwadkar is there. He can tell. He's selling the spindles. I think things are changing today. So spinning is giving also a lot of good developments that you produce more, you produce the best, and you utilize your capacities, your machines, you allocate them well for your labor or operator. Auto piecing, ring frame auto piecing, that's another new development on ring frame, which is most successful from LMW. That's you no need the worker to attend immediately while yarn is being made. If any spindle is down, earlier we used to get person running around. Once upon a time, we said all the operator at the ring frame must have the skates. They should run. But friends, now today the developments are happening that your no spindle remain idle without producing. When it run, it consume energy. So it should produce the yarn, and the RAP, the ring frame auto piecing is the new development. Proud to be from Indian company. That's giving within the 35 seconds, it complete the cycle. Marzoli, they are also having well established in India. They came with a roaming frame. They came with a comber, with a 10 combing head comber, which produce almost around 150 kg per hour. And some development also they did into the ring frame. Similarly, we are into the new era of spinning. We know that typically we were doing ring spinning, open end spinning. Now the air jet spinning came, which is well known also by Murata as a vortex. A vortex technology is very famous for the viscose yarn. Also, many companies, Rieter, Murata, they are trying to use for the cotton. They reached up to 40s count. And this is the quick method of also making the yarn, which is, I think, most successful, I can say, particularly with a rayon or the viscose yarn. Link owner, that reduces the process of transferring bobbin to the winding machine. So this is everything been done automatic quite since decades, but now a lot of new developments happen. And Alconer, that's Alcone is the another making cones, and then directly it's going to the packing and all. So those developments, Japanese company Murata showcased, which are quite remarkable. And India is the market for them, that Indians are buying all these machines. It's not that these are the experiments, but these are the proven and new things are still been well used in India. Rita air-jet system, as I said, 600 meters per minute. They tried also with cotton. They tried with a variety of things. Their Comfort recycle system, that's now getting well popular. Rita is also having their setup in India. They are also one of the topmost in the complete spinning machinery range. And they also try to do a lot of good developments when they produce the machine. Savio for winders, they did quite good. Smart corner they made. Smart spinners, they came with some new developments. Of course, there was no big notable innovations from Slapos, but of course their machine itself is a new innovation. So that's also one more aspect in the winding sector. These were the few of the things been done from spinning sector. That itself is good, that you produce more, you produce good, you utilize your machine well, and it is a traceable. You don't want your idle things, everything is running at a time. Friends, when we make such a good yarn, compact yarn, vortex yarn, or the air-jet spin yarn, or the OE yarn, we have the next process, weaving and knitting. That's another good developments we have seen. What's there in the weaving basically? We often see that the selvages are always wasted. Can we save the wastage, selvage? Can we increase the speed of looms? When the spinners could go to 30,000 speed, why can't our weaving machines, air-jet, rapier, or the water jet, whichever machine we seek, can they go to the higher speed? Because the yarn is best. A reduction of utility, of course, when you produce, our machine makers have particularly seen that you consume less energy, whether air, water, or the electricity. Or next is digitalization. All the data you must have handy when you produce there. To feed weaving, we have a warp preparation. We have a sustainable denim. Denim is the biggest industry, one of the biggest industry in India and the world. Fast and short warp produced, so that you are very fast in developing new samples, new product. Automatic drawing, that you require hours and hours to draw the warp yarn for weaving. And there again, the digitalization came. Circular knitting, new type of fabrics being produced on the circular, new feeding system. I think Meyer and C during last to last ITMA produced or showcased that from sliver, you no need to produce the yarn. It will get converted, but it's commercially could not go, but some development they did. Speed of the machine, of course, circular knitting machine always run in 2 digit below 40. So there again, they are trying to increase the speed and digitalization. The another aspect of converting yarn into fabric, particularly synthetic, is the warp knitting. They are planning to get into spun yarn. New innovations, increased speed of the machines, those you can see by the various makers. So Smith, which of course AT promote in the rapier section. This slide will say that they have a to save the selvage, the wastage at both the side of the fabric. And these are the new innovation. Even rapier today, you can see the running at 800 speed. We were running air-jet around 600, 700, 800 speed. But now rapier technology has reached up to 800 speed RPM for the various there. So web saving, definitely you can see. That's one. Picanol, they came with a speed of 1500 RPM, peaks per minute. Friends, Typically 600, 700, 800 was the speed of airjet machine. 72 peak quality, we were producing 400, 450 meters per day production. Today, same machine, same place, same utilities or the power, same labor. We are producing almost 750 meters. These are the real sustainable, innovation, I can say. Of course, they have a iConnect where all the data you can see which shift, how many produced, how many breakages, which operator done what, their efficiency, and can be tracked by the buyers also. Olino, that's another they have done on the Picanol machines. Itema, they also come with the iSaver, saving the salvages. They are very good into denim, and software like I know something they did, and Airjet, they have done quite good things where you can save the air. Sudokoma and Toyota Japan, I think Japanese are also believed into technology, where they could also able to offer a speed of 1300 RPM. Most intelligent machine they produce like Picanol or Itema or any other. And today in India, they have the biggest house of selling their technology from Sudokoma and from Toyota. Various good things also help to produce. And what is the today a good realization of fabric today? You know, if you produce 100 meter, friends, 99.9 meter is a fresh fabric, thanks to the good spinning and also the good weaving technology. These are the real sustainable things we can see. And today, when you give the best fabric with a realization of 99% plus, why corporates will invest? They will easily buy from the decentralized sector, where the overheads are quite less. We have witnessed the market like Ichalkaranji, market like Bhilwara, market like Ahmedabad, South India, Erode, Paladam. These are the area where all the corporates buying a good quality fabric from there. And there we are progressing well in weaving sector. Stobli, the best connector for making beams on the machine. You require 2 people, 3 people to draw each thread through drop pins, each thread through heeled wire, each thread to read. And to make 10, 11, 12 thousandths of the beam, you require 6 hours for 2 people. Friends, this is all becoming automatic. You are making everything ready, quick change style, everything ready. You just change the backrest and the machine is starting. Jacquards, a new generation jacquards from Stobli, new generation jacquards from Bonas. They are also making good roads in Indian market, particularly with the rapier machine in Surat market, Terry and other applications. Grossbecker, they also offer the knot master, old beam to new beam. Systematically, you can do. These are the true innovations we could see, and India is buying all this equipment for their production. Let's see about the warp preparation, where my life I spent maximum. One is the Multimatic. It came that you produce warp with a less number of bobbin. Also, you have an opportunity to quickly make the warp so that you can make good samplings. So one Multimatic can replace easily 2 to 3 sectional warpers. And those innovations happening, that are the key factor for running your weaving shed. Blue dye with the nitrogen applications from Kalmar. Of course, India still prefer to buy from local, but there are good development happen so that with a 3 indigo dye box with a nitrogen, you can have a 4% indigo shade. The Linkmatic, which connect old denim warp article with the new one. So you save almost 600 meter from the old batch to the new batch. You can easily manage with 80 meters altogether. So those are the development really we can see. I have a short video of Multimatic. If time permit, Avinash, I can play or I can skip.
Please go ahead if at all it is not that big.
No, it's a 1 minute only.
Okay, please go ahead.
So how Multimatic work? With 32 bobbins, you can produce 15,000 ends. Color selection at will. Any patterns you can make, whether it's a solid, whether it's a, so maximum 128 bobbin, you can rely on such machines. 70, 80 machines are still already in the market, mainly in Italy and other countries. India bought the first machine, D-Decor, for their home furnishing. And these are the things, of course, this has been shown as a demo, so slow speed. But this machine run at a speed of 800 to 1000. 7 leads and lease change is done at the same speed. So those are the new developments nowadays we are seeing also in the preparation part. High time for corporates, high time for Surat market. These machines will be applicable. So again, let me go back. Sorry, let me go back. Was not going back. Then we come to warp knitting. Warp knitting synonym with the polyester, synonym with the filament. So the new development, what we have seen today from Kalmar, that they are trying to introduce spun yarn on the warp knitting. Good developments happen. Good R&D they have done. They want to achieve a speed of 1600, 700 speed RPM, so that you can produce equivalent to a 20, 25 knitting, circular knitting machine, even more. And the fabric quality is totally different and quite challenging. So here again, if I can show you the small movie of how the warp knitting they have made for the spun yarn. This is the crochet. Crochet was typically very slow speed machine and can be run only on the crochet machine or circular type of machines. Now they made it on the warp knitting, which is a new development.
Excuse
Variety
me.
of garment you can make. The excellent
Excuse
suction
me, Mr.
system.
Naveen, we could not able to see your video. Actually, last time also you showed some video. We could,
Okay.
we could
Yeah,
not able
video.
to see the video.
Yeah. Maybe because of the bandwidth, which is not available. The way you can continue without video.
Okay. Fine. Sorry. 1 second. Oh. One second.
Yeah.
Sorry. I reshare it so that in terms of circular knitting machine, Meyer and C, it's a world leader. They came with a high speed machine. Their Relanit can produce go up to more than 40 speed, and variety of smart function and all they apply. Last time, as I said, they showcased machine from sliver to directly making yarn on the machine and produce, but it commercially could not go. But quite good development happened where utilizing machine most effectively by the new generation machines. Of course, it's truly digitalized to see that the fault on the machine so that you get the best knitted fabric out of it. Santoni, a well known brand, well talked brand nowadays. it's synonym with the seamless, of course, large dia also, but seamless. A few of the prominent are Indian industry like Sangam. Some are in Arvind. I think Mr. Avinash also, he witnessed that the
Yeah.
new era of seamless garments will be more popular to use the spun yarn plus also the polyester or this yarn. And the seamless technology is increasing socks making from Lonati. These are the new aspect of machines coming from the seamless side also with warp knitting and with the web knitting. Pylum from Paris, they most impressive stall they had, very big stall. They sell a lot in India market, of course, not for very specialized machine, but as a large scale installation, whether it's North India, South India, even Surat. And they also came with alternate fabric, which is reversible fabric you can make on the circular knitting machine. So those changes basically we have seen also into the knitting sector. This is my a few of the slides I compiled, also taking the base from Mr. Avinash, what he produced. There are large developments also. It's not that maybe our friend Mr. Mhatre can take you to the fact, the aspect which I have not covered. And truly that every 4 year when ITMA come, it come with lot of innovation. So innovation is must for us. Innovation is must in textile producing, and also innovation we see in our day-to-day life. So I believe and I hope, thanks for listening me patiently. I have covered
Yeah, it
what
was
I have
very,
seen
very,
personally. And thank you very much. And any questions, if I can able to answer, or maybe some
Yeah.
more experts in the field can answer.
yeah. Naveen, in fact, I would be asking you a few questions.
I think
Please,
questions
the
can be
second
taken
speaker
after
would-
the talk of all the speakers is over.
Right, right. Naveen, first question to you regarding, after COVID, we have seen that, lot many innovations are happening in the pattern of living. So people have started using more knitted garments than woven garments. Is it happening? Rather, it was shown, you could observe that during ITMA that, the more innovations have happened in knitting segment than weaving segment, because you represent both of them.
See, of course, weaving is predominant worldwide, and knitting came as a leisure wear. Knitting came as a after working hours. Knitting came as a t-shirts, pullovers, things. Knitting came as a hosiery, typical word. And today, if you go to the let's say the countries like Far East countries, whether it's China, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Taiwan, you see that every second, third person is wearing only knits. So today in India also we have seen that the knits garment are being well accepted as a your formal garments for the office wears and all. Thanks to the denim along with the nice t-shirts is going. Kids apparels, maximum is the knits. So the consumption of knits is increasing day by day, and also a lot of developments are happening in knits. That's one thing we have witnessed. There was a large stalls for knits. Every company they showcased that variety of fabric can be made on warp knitting and on circular knitting and all. So knits is again increasing. If you have to develop, your country need to develop into the garment like other countries. I think the stake of knit should increase, which is still not very. And also we have some bottleneck with processing of elastin yarn. Everyone cannot do, and unless you have a volume, you are not getting into that. So there, I think there are some challenges. Definitely, there are some challenges.
Okay.
But it's
When you
growing.
yeah.
Mr.
In your
Naveen,
presentation, question answer we are taking afterwards, please. Only I am asking him questions, and after that we'll have a long question and answer session with all the
Please.
speakers. Okay, thank you. Naveen, you mentioned about seamless garments which are getting. Is there anything else which is happening in case of garment industry where they are coming out with innovative technologies?
See, first of all, Every Indian also want to be fit. Yoga is one, but there are various means of doing the jogging, doing exercise, and you require a body fit type of garments. So seamless garments are one which are getting too popular also in India. The brands are coming and selling, so it's also time for India to make and sell worldwide. 3D technology, that's one is coming, which will also take some shape. Nanotechnology, 3D technology, those are also new things. Virtual showrooms or virtual fitment of the garments. Those new developments happen, but this will not take a big leap. These are the start for the next generation. And today we see that quite good things happening where the seamless are taking a bigger role in India market also. Yes, true. That's true.
Yeah. Now we see that technical textiles are taking slowly market share from other segments, the conventional textiles. So do you think that non-own technologies will come up very fast and they will start taking, because 6 years back when I was in USA, I have taken a shirt which was made out of non-owns. So do you think that such things will happen quite often now in conventional textiles as well? May I ask everybody to please keep their systems on mute?
Avinash, if I can narrate,
Yeah, Naveen.
technical textile is not taking a space of conventional textile, but technical textile is additional. The word technical textile also apply for non-woven, unfortunately. Making mask, making gown, making some shirts, they are also being called as a technical textile. But India is progressing quite strong in geotextile, quite strong in composites, quite strong in filter, quite strong in hygiene related things, automotives. So there, I think the applications of non-woven, thanks to, I cannot say thanks to COVID, but the COVID era gave the new opportunity for non-woven for their application, more use and throw, and that industry progressed well and continue to be. Medical is the one line where the consumption of the non-wovens been increasing to the great extent. Automotives, that's taking another big leap. So non-woven presence in India market will grow. There will be definitely a water scarcity in future. So wet wipes are being used everywhere now. You no need to wash your hands. Some clothes you don't need to wash. They are so cheap that you can use. During COVID, you have seen that the salons were using non-woven, a very thin fabric as a protection from the hair while hair cutting. So those things will increase the stake of non-woven also, but it will not replace something. Anyhow, everything is going multiple. So non-woven will also take a better stake in Indian textile industry. We are welcoming all technology. Absolutely.
Right.
Our arms are quite wide. I tell you, quite wide. Aa jao sab.
To welcome everybody. Yeah,
Thank you.
that's good. Thanks a lot, Naveen, for detailed presentation and thereafter answer to my questions. But there are certain questions to you which will be asked afterwards, as I said.
Please.
Now,
please.
you have covered spinning, weaving. You have taken some part of technical textiles by taking care of the warp knitting as well. Whereas now, guys, when it comes to textile, it is not just fabric. It needs to be processed properly. And to need to go for that particular sector, you need to have an expert who has knowledge not only of the chemicals, but also of the fabric technology, as well as how it can be more, give a better look to us. And for that, I am requesting Professor Athale to come on the dais, please, to present his paper. Mr. Athale is a well-known speaker. He has in-depth knowledge about the finishing technologies for the textiles. And I have seen him in many forums. We are partnering with each other in ITJ also on the editorial board. And I see that he's charmed when it comes to colors. So let's see what today's color is of Mr. Athale. Mr. Athale, your presentation, please.
Namaste, good evening. Thank you, Nisti and Dr. Lal, for allowing me to interact in this forum. The other speakers have already given an overview of ITMA exhibition, so I will not try to take more time. I will try to stick to the time limit and only share my ITMA impression. As we understand this ITMA, about 1700 exhibitors from all over the world showcase their innovations, concepts and products. And this was a mega event where the footfall of the participants or the attendees was over 1.2 lakh, I understand. And the theme of this ITMA was transforming textiles. But it was not humanly possible for me to visit all exhibitors and understand the innovations. So I will try to present only the highlights based on my interaction and the limited understanding of the subject. I will also not mention the names of the exhibitors or their product brands, but mainly discuss about the concepts and the envisaged impact on the textile industry. I hope that is okay.
Perfect, sir. Perfect.
So the farm to fashion supply chain of apparel, home furnishing and technical textile, it involves various fibers derived from natural and synthetic materials. And in this value chain, the most complex segment is considered to be the finishing, that means the wet processing part, where a large quantity of natural resources get consumed and it generates large volume of the carbon and water footprint. So my understanding of this ITMA or the impression of this ITMA, and I tried to visit the exhibitors where the focus was on the sustainability and the innovation part. And in this entire wet processing segment, the complexity is further increased because of the different types of textile substrates in different forms, the natural to man-made, from fiber to garment, and they are processed in by different methods of application and on different machines and different types of colorants, various chemicals. And the most important component is the water, which though is considered as a universal solvent and believed to be abundantly available, but it varies in inherent properties from place to place in terms of the pH, turbidity, TDS, hardness, etc. So when it comes to the textile processing, unlike the machinery or the mechanical part like spinning, weaving or knitting, the processing becomes a very complex part because of these various components which are involved. Then the focus of this ITMA was on this sustainability and circularity. So here the manufacturing segment from the textile, the input components in terms of the various types of substrates and the energy which is needed for heating of water and the various drying processes, and of course the amount of water and the different types of chemicals, colorants which are used during processing, and the output of this textile processing in terms of the gaseous emission, liquid effluent, and solid waste generation. So the exhibitors tried to showcase their innovations or the concepts or products where these issues were addressed. And the advanced technologies and techniques which were highlighted, they focused on the reducing utility consumption by saving water, energy, reducing time, making the process shorter, faster, and more productive while minimizing the impact on the emissions of gases, the fluid liquid effluent generation, and preventing the solid waste formation. But at the same time, making the process easier and simpler. The innovations and the advancements, if we see, now these I have just categorized in terms of the different types of substrates which are used. So fibers derived from various renewable sources. So the exhibitors had the different exhibitors showcased different concepts like different types of fibers, be it natural fiber or the industrial crops, then the natural polyester and the renewable. That means the agriculturally made polyester like polylactic acid. Then even high-tech fibers like the aramides, carbon, and glass fibers, and then their conversion to woven, knitted fabrics and non-woven materials.
Sorry, Mr. Atal, just a minute. There are something is happening, scribbling is happening on the screen. Dr.
Who is
Lal?
doing? We have to check this. This is not good. If somebody want to play on the screen, this is not good.
It is not possible. If somebody else cannot play with the screen.
Saab, this happened quite
This is
often
happened, yeah,
nowadays.
third times it is
Third
happening.
time it happening, and there are most, I say, stupid people, those who do this. If they don't want to listen, they can go out, but they should not play on the screen.
Yes, please don't play with the screen. If you are not interested, please go out.
Please go, please go. Nobody has forced you to come.
Yeah, Mr. Atle, you can continue.
Yes. So basically, from the substrate point of view, it also included specific processing methods such as fibers and their conversion into garments for apparel, home furnishing, and various technical textile application. The final product development was based on the cradle to cradle concept. So nowadays this is becoming more popular. Earlier the cradle to gate was the concept, then cradle to grave, and now the innovations or the ideas which are getting generated are based on the cradle to cradle. That means how the material can be recirculated. So it is considered also as starfish concept. So start as you would like to finish. So at the end of the life cycle of the product, again, if it can, or the components can be recirculated or reused. So many exhibitors, while showcasing their products and concepts, they also took care of having this in their idea that how the material or the product can be recycled. So the recyclability and reusability of the material was given the more importance. Then from the machinery manufacturer's point of view, machinery manufacturers from across the globe showcase their innovations and technologies. But it is worth mentioning here that we saw many Bharatiya organizers displaying their innovations. And probably this was the first time the Indian diaspora and the Indian exhibitors' strength was displayed, and the attraction as well as the many of the visitors, they also while interactions with them mentioned that this time the Indian exhibitors prominently displayed their innovations. So here we saw the concepts which included nanobubble technology, nebulization, and the mist application, air dye technology. So the focus was on reducing the water consumption and the benefit of an overall reduction in effluent and the influent as well as the effluent. That means the input water as well as the water which goes out of the system. And it was quantified to highlight the impact on the water footprint. So many exhibitors highlighted this specific fact that earlier it was only talk, but this time they quantified the amount of water which is used and water which is discharged, so that ultimate impact on the environment can be measured. So with the reduction in the material to liquor ratio in the case of some exhaust or batch-wise processing, the ultra low liquor ratio machines, earlier also ITMA, some ultra low liquor ratio machines were there. But this time one exhibitor showed the benefit of the ultra liquor ratio machine in exhaust application or batch-wise application, where the amount of salt can be drastically reduced. So even for reactive dyeing, the ultra low liquor ratio machine with the salt-free or almost no salt, that concept was displayed. Then from the dyestuff and pigment producers, they demonstrated innovation in terms of the multifunctional dyes. Here also some salt-free reactive dyeing, then super fast colorants, which would meet the stringent environmental aspects and the fastness expectations of the consumer, because nowadays the brands are becoming very strict and stringent about the fastness levels. And for the dyes manufacturers or the colorant manufacturers, it becomes a challenge, because the textile processor in turn demands this kind of fastness expectations. So some of the dyes manufacturers, they highlighted the new products or the modification in the existing range where such fastness can be made. Then few organizations showed development in natural colorants extracted from renewable resources by solvent-free and eco-friendly process. So that was also one attraction for some participants, that natural colorants were there earlier, but because of the limitation in terms of the fastness and in terms of the reproducibility of shades. That was not becoming popular, but few exhibitors focused on this, how they have modified the natural colorants. So the biocolorants from microbial sources showed the synergistic effect of biotechnology and nanotechnology. So that was another highlight. The functional colorants which provide protective finishing in terms of the antibacterial activity, antifungal, antiviral, flame retardancy, etc., without affecting the textile materials aesthetic value. So that also was another very interesting development. And the one-step digital printing in technology was perhaps the star attraction of this exhibition. This demonstrated the collective effort of the digital printing machinery manufacturer, the pigment ink manufacturer, and the specialty chemical producers to make an attempt to make a machine or to provide a concept where a single step printing can be done. So the pre-treatment, that means pre-coating, inkjetting, and the post finishing for the handle improvement as well as fastness is done in single step. So this was something new, and if made economical, probably this will drastically reduce the environmental impact in terms of water, energy saving, and increase the productivity. Then from the basic, the chemical manufacturers and suppliers point of view, some basic chemicals like acid, alkali, salt, thickener, etc., which have high impact in terms of the solid waste and sludge formation, and have become a major cause of concern from the environment point of view. The concepts involving salt-free reactive dyeing, non-reductive vat dyeing, the neutral exhaust dispersed dyeing, etc., were highlighted by a few exhibitors, and the biologically derived auxiliary chemicals. So that was also something a very interesting concept which was highlighted by some chemical manufacturers. The chemicals based on their carbon-14 dating, which indicates whether it is a petrochemical based product or whether it is a plant-based product. And then the hyperbranch polymers, the dendrimer, that is called as the fourth generation of the polymeric materials. Then micro-encapsulated type of finishing chemicals. Then digital finishing. So this is another very interesting development. The digital printing is quite well known in the industry, but digital finishing, so that the garment, the area which is directly in touch with the human body, that part can be made a soft, and the body part or the garment part which is not going to be in direct contact with the body can be made stiff. So in the same fabric, we can have variation in the effect finishes. So that was another interesting thing. Then the immobilization of enzymes, because enzymes as a biocatalyst, though they are costly, but at the end of the process, normally they go into effluent. But if they can be effectively immobilized and then they can be recycled or reused repeatedly, then that will also reduce the impact on the cost. And then some advanced technologies, like few exhibitors demonstrated the innovative concepts on ozone-based pretreatment, then nitrogen-based yarn coloration, and a unique carbon dioxide-based supercritical fluid concept for dyeing of all type of fibers with different class of dyes. So this was also something new. The technologies probably have been developed or are in use for quite a long period of time, but some modification and changes in the process so that they can be used for the large application areas. So these unique technologies involve some new and conventional textile processing, which when become probably economically viable, may pave the way for changing the future course of textile processing. And some modern technologies combine conventional, they combine the conventional methods with artificial intelligence to enhance the productivity and reproductivity. So this is the another commonly used term nowadays, the RP, reproducibility and productivity, which is the pressing need of the present fast fashion trend. And this contained machines which provided automation and digitization. So the conventionally, the visible spectrum of the electromagnetic radiation is widely utilized, but the lower and the higher wavelength of the naturally available sources were not adequately harnessed. And here few exhibitors showcased their ability to use infrared, microwave, ultrasound, these kind of radiations to provide an effective alternative to the thermal and electrical energy. So the light amplified devices utilizing the laser technology for upgrading and cutting the garment making also emphasized the technological breakthrough. So these were also prominently displayed by some exhibitors. And then, of course, the statutory norms, the ecological impact of textile wet processing in terms of the gaseous emission, liquid effluent, and solid waste generation, which is a matter of concern. And many government, non-government, and the eco-conscious organizations have formed various kind of statutory bodies and the protocols, restrictions on the use of as well as the release of the persistent bioaccumulative and toxic PBT components while textile manufacturing. So some such continuously evolving norms and their impact on sustainability of future generations were highlighted by concerned organizations as well as some research and academic institutes. So the presence of academic institutes and some research organizations was also there, and they also highlighted the work which is happening in this area. So basically, the emphasis is on of this SITMA was on the sustainability and circularity, and probably the reduction in water and energy. So saving of water, energy, recycling and reusing, and various value-added functional effects. And finally, the enhancement in the reproducibility and productivity. So the basic theme of the exhibition in terms of the transforming textile and the sustainability and circularity. So that was the main idea. And the emphasis on this sustainability, as I mentioned earlier, in terms of the non-peroxide bleaching or the ozone bleaching, then various modern technologies like laser, infrared, etc. And the types of digital finishing, the inkjet printing, salt-free dyeing, non-woven and coating. So all segments of the textile wet processing were covered by the exhibitors. So finally, ultimately, the gist of this interaction with the exhibitors, I feel that it was in terms of the takeaway from this ITMA 20 Milan ITMA 23 would be summarized as the fast fashion that is keeping pace with the changing consumer requirements. The global human population is increasing. We have already crossed 800 crore, and the per capita consumption of textile, which is estimated to be presently around 11 kg per person per year, and that is also increasing. So as the population is increasing, consumption is increasing, fashion is fast changing, the overall demand for the textile will increase, and then as the production increases, naturally the impact on the environment in terms of the solid waste generation, emission and effluent will increase. So this exhibition considered this aspect, and many exhibitors tried to highlight their products which will reduce this impact on the environment. So the quality consistency, the timely delivery, that means on time and in full supply of material, because missed opportunity results in business loss. Then smart service in terms of providing effective and comprehensive solution to the user or consumer, and then saving the utility. So energy conservation, water conservation, and the productivity enhancement in terms of human resource conservation. And the most important part was the sustainable growth, which ensures meeting all socio and eco-conformance norms. So this was overall my impression of this ITMA exhibition. I hope I have not exceeded the time limit.
No, it was very
Not like
crisp
me.
and it was very crisp and perfect to the topic.
Thank
In
you.
fact, what I appreciate is that without taking name of any machinery
Exactly.
supplier, without
Yes,
taking,
yes.
giving reference of any stalls, you have.
Excellent.
This is what is all about a professor who knows exactly how to, deliver the requirements. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
By the way,
That requires
yeah,
an innovative mind.
yeah. By the way, when I was going through your various slides, I was, just asking myself, because I'm a nature lover. I like colors. I like to wear colorful, textiles. But when I come through various other parameters like carbon footprints or like pollution, there are various norms. Our industry is considered as one of the most polluting industry. How this is been addressed during this ITMA, as well as how things are happening in your fraternity, where we can take control of how we are going against the nature. Because when we started evolving the textile industry, we were not having colors. We started introducing them, and earlier they were only natural colors, and now various chemicals, various additives, so many things. So how your industry is addressing these issues?
Thanks for bringing this particular topic. This is very important and pertaining subject nowadays. As we all know, textile is considered as the mother of industrialization. In fact, the industry 1.0, or the first the machinery which was developed, that was for the textile, the weaving machine. Sometime in 1784, the Thorpe mill in Lancashire. So that is how the industrialization started. And the coloration point of view also, if you see, 1856 was the first time the synthetic dye was developed, the Perkin invention of the Movin. So that we all know. And in now again, if you see the revival of the natural colorants and natural chemicals, and very interesting fact here is that the government is also nowadays promoting this concept, and we are coming back to the nature and the concept of Ayurvastra, like yoga and Ayurveda. Now the concept of Ayurvastra, that means all natural components, the fiber is natural, the colorants are natural, and the chemicals which are used in during the processing are also from the naturally derived source. So this again is a concept which is now gaining popularity in a niche segment, especially the kids or the newborn childs. So the textile material for them. And of course, the senior citizens who have the skin sensitivity related issues. So this Ayurvastra concept is gaining popularity, and it is also another source for our export revenue generation. So here, the dyes manufacturers, chemical manufacturers, they also highlighted this fact that how the biocolorants, biochemicals can be used without affecting or without adversely impacting the expected fastness properties.
Okay, great. Now, one more thing is that when I look at the processing industry, especially textile processing industry in India, I find that they have very old technologies compared to spinning or maybe weaving, where we have shuttleless looms, or we have in spinning many of other issues which are coming up. But when I look at processing, I have seen process houses where there are a lot of leakages, steam is not controlled. So there are many, things which are not controlled properly. So how we can take care of these old units, how we can see, incorporating the technology parameters which are there in today's technology into the existing setup, how we can take care of this?
As you know, in our country, the textile industry is fragmented, and it is spread all over India. Means right from the Ladakh, Pashmina, to the Kanyakumari and the long camps of the Nagaland. So you will see that the industry is quite spread across India, and there are different segments. The hand processors are there who are still following the age-old technology or the processing standards, but then there are process houses and the corporate textile manufacturers. So you will observe or notice that the technologies which are being used nowadays are a wide type of technologies. Still the yarn dyers or the hang dyers are there, which make or dye hang for the lungi segment or the low end garment segment, to the continuous processors who make lakhs of meters of fabric in a day. So different technologies, depending on the cost requirement of the processor, are available. And some of the processors have now started adopting to the modern technologies like the pulsar and the wave, these kind of technologies where the liquor ratio is drastically reduced to maybe around 1:3.5 to 1:4, even in case of the soft glow, the knit processing. So the processors are becoming aware, and another very interesting fact, probably all may be aware that the segment like Tirupur, the cluster Tirupur, and how after a gap of almost 2.5 years, they bounced back and made this zero liquid discharge concept so
Yeah.
popular that now people from all over the world, they come to Bharat and go to Tirupur just to understand how this Tirupur model or the ZLD concept or model was made possible. Because despite all odds, the zero liquid discharge, by controlling the amount of water, the energy, and the reducing the processing steps wherever possible, that was made. So in our country, you will notice that if the need is there, then of course the processors adopt to that requirement and environment.
We have herd mentality. If at all one businessman is successful, most of them other people follow him. Well, liquid discharge. At the same time, when we can see a light to see that there is a zero water requirement for textile industry, because in your presentation I could see that you were talking about ozone, you were talking about various nitrogen. So can there be a day when we can say that there is no need of water to be used for washing or for dyeing purpose? Is it going to happen?
I'm not sure, or I'm doubtful whether it will be zero water, but a drastic reduction in water is possible, and some technologies like this supercritical fluid technology or this digital pigment ink, because this concept of the ink, normally the digital ink segment, we know that there is a first one pre-coat followed by drying, then there is a ink jetting, then curing, and after that, depending on the requirement of hand fill, another finishing process and drying. So there are 3 different stages, and every stage some amount of water is used, and then to evaporate that water, the drying stage or the energy is required. But when some exhibitors showed that in one step, the pre-coat is done by a few these print heads, followed by wet on wet ink dropping, and immediately on that the finishing application, and low temperature curing catalysts are used in this. So the curing condition requirement is also less. So in this entire process, the amount of water needed is hardly 5%. So that less amount of water needs less energy for drying. So, and of course, the productivity and the speed and the initial cost of the equipment may be a challenge for some of the textile processor. But in future, once this gets accepted, then the costs generally come down, and then the process can be followed.
Yeah, great. Now, according to you, which was best in this processing industry is concerned? Only one.
This digital pigment ink one-step process, I felt was the best in terms of water saving, energy saving, and overall environmental impact reduction.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Mr. Atalay. Please be online. We'll have question and answer session with the people at the end. Now we have very interesting third speaker who has. I have never gone through his profile earlier because we know each other for 3 decades. Mr. N.D. Mhatre, a renowned speaker from the industry who has taken care of ITAMA and taken ITAMA also at a very high level where I have seen myself. And he's a really great orator as well. He has gone through almost all type of technologies, and he's a very, I could say that, studious approach. As maybe he has worked with BITRA, he has taken care of that innovation and investigation so much into his blood that he goes to very minute details of so many things. He has helped our textile industry quite a lot in giving various types of investigations, as well as understanding the things which are not happening quite properly. He has brought to the notice of the industry various associations, and he has 37 years of total. Remarkable thing for me, at least, is that he has met Dr. Kalam. Not only he has met, but he has got award also as the national award. That was through Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who was president of India at that time, and it was for the NCPADP, that is the Shell Helen Keller Award. So congratulations, Mr. Mhatre, for this. And I request you to go through your presentation, whatever you have observed, and I'm sure that this will help all of us in a great way. Please carry on, Mr. Matre.
Thank you, Mr. Avinash. Thank you very much, and I thank NIST, I thank Dr. Shanbag, Dr. Lal, who has invited me, and really it was a very good presentation by my friends, and my moderator, Mr. Avinash, is there. So no worries, he will take care if I am anywhere wrong. So coming to ITMA, I have been representing ITMA. Okay, now see, regarding ITMA, I think we have heard a lot of speakers saying about machines and all. I was representing an association, so my main focus was to grab some development which can be helpful to my members who are manufacturing machines and components, who can adopt them and who can have joint ventures with the foreign manufacturers. So as far as ITMA, when I am representing an association, we always have to take some initiative. You know, when we are representing association, we are also representing India. So we took some, we have come out with a guide, which was circulated during the exhibition. Then we also approached MSME. You know, MSME is having a special scheme to support the exhibitors by some financial benefit up to 5 lakhs. So there also we were able to get that scheme, benchmark for our this ITMA exhibition. We also international speakers at ITMA for ITMA mega event. We are coming out for 2 mega events in India in December and in February in Ahmedabad and in December in Mumbai. So we booked some 17 to 18 international speakers for this event. This opportunity we got, and then we also had a very close discussion with ASIMET and VDMA. These are the known association, international association. We also had a social media campaign for our member exhibitors, and they were very happy. We put videos on all the handles of social media. We are coming with ITMA post event, and then we introduce a digital platform, which is a business enabler solution for textile industry. We had an MOU with Sambio.com, which is an USA based company. Now, as rightly as said with by my friends, colleague previously, that the trends which were observed were sustainability, digitalization, circularity, smart factory, industry 4.0 and 5.0 also I have experienced. Transformation starts with innovation, startup value. We saw this time startup value. Previously, there were association villages. There were so many associations who were given free stalls and they have to form a village. And there were all these associations which were accommodated in that village. But this time they discontinued and they have given an opportunity to new startups. Like R&Ds and many institutes, universities have come forward. Even from India, DKT was there in that startup. So hats off and appreciate to mention. Then transforming the world of textiles through sustainable innovation and digital advancement. We have seen what do you call it? Artificial intelligence. Then we saw social. Artificial, I think there is a noise. Anyway, I'll go ahead. Human machine collaboration developed to establish a symbiotic relationship that we have seen. We have seen social and environmental sustainability was focused to reduce waste, energy consumption, and environment impact while ensuring fair and ethical treatment of workers. That is what we call it Industry 5.0. The statistics, I will not go in deep. I have just compared with ITMA 2019. A total 1709 stalls were there this time, where 1717 exhibitors were there last time. And from 45 countries, this time 47 countries came. Exhibit was 2 lakh square meters, which was 1,14,500 square meters. and net exhibit space was 57.25% increase. Exhibitors, I think this has already been given by my previous speaker, but one thing we can see, there were no masses which was seen moving during the exhibition. You know, many times we see exhibition is flooded with visitors, but still exhibitors were happy. Now, why exhibitors were happy? Because ITMA has given a very good platform of ITMA Connect. They have started some 6, 8, 9, 10 months before and given it to a platform to exhibitors to connect with visitors. And so visitors were able to go to the right person and get the job done. In fact, I had some suggestion here. I have never come across the drone theory or drone technology utilized during this exhibition. We can utilize this technology. You know, we can have a digital delegation or digital tour to the exhibition through drone technology. So this we can thought about. I think Mr. Mahekar will take this forward. For now, I am not going in detail with this. These slides have already been covered by previous speakers. What was the objectives of visitors? What was the areas of interest? And visitors, my slide is available with NIST. They can share with this, and these are all, you know, statistical figures. I don't want to speak on much on that. Now, our minister was there at ITMA. They have visited Lakshmi Loom's stall, and Dr. Neena Malhotra also, accompanied Honorary Ambassador of India of Italy with Srimati Darshana Gardosh, our additional secretary. Now, I am coming straight to development, what I have seen. Now, what I have rightly said in the beginning, see, we have seen machines are giving performance. When we see machines have given performance, technological development has seen in the machine. And so, machine gets the important. Now, what is the machine? If you see machines deliver the best and the good quality components deliver machine. Whenever you say machine is giving performance, there is certain assembly and certain system and certain component which is so developed that the whole performance goes to the credit of the machine. So I tried my level best to concentrate on those.
Hello.
Now,
Hi, sir.
already someone has said cloud technology, whereby you can have a 360 solution in this technology, right from cotton to fabric and garment. So this technology is available. Friends, all this information is there in detail with me. If anyone is interested, they can write. I will share all the literature. Coming to Oerlikon Barmag, they have displayed this technology of extended parking time for greater efficiency. The parking times are extremely short when winding high heaters. We have increased the parking times up to 3 times in case of new wings HD models. This makes the doffing process more even, increasing doffing reliability. At the same time, the draw unit now has a more flexible design, meaning that two-worded operation is also possible in the case of products with low overall heaters. This has a positive impact of the winding unit's energy consumption. So this was the development. This development can be installed or can be, go for transfer of technology if any of the spinning my members who are interested to come forward. Then Oerlikon Group has solvent-based recycling technology with which polyester and polycotton blends and PET plastic can be converted into circular raw material and fibers. Then this solution to save millions of tons of carbon dioxide per year. I think rightly it has been mentioned that carbon dioxide saving was the main focus during this exhibition. Many of the processing machines have come out with this focused area. Regular wiping of spin packs is important for process stability and yarn quality. Automating this process by Barmag wiping robot, which can be retrofitted to various spinning plants, reduce yarn breaks up to 40%, reduces downtime and improve process stability, indirectly reduces waste due to 90% decrease in use of silicone oil spray cans. and so 15 to 20% decrease in total silicon oil consumption. So this development can also be thought about. We have also come across Texpert spindle E-shape reduced Warwick diameter of 17.5 millimeter and resulted in 6% energy saving. Double elastic bearing increases the stability and rigidity of the spindle, wear and free and robust damping function. Sleeve production of the spindle, bottom part and burnished war will lead to noise reduction and longer replacement cycles. Then this is the Indian Mr. I think Jumac, you might be coming across. He is my member, and they enable last mile traceability, IIoT applications for textile industry, and that has been backed automation and centralized control, smart spinning mills with decision making tools and increased data transparency. According to the Jumac, the recently published report, implementation of the latest Internet of Things IoT tools can improve mill productivity and time to market by 25%. Saurabh, I will not go in detail because a lot of things have been already covered. Yeah, I have also seen, people are concentrating to go in forward integration for business, but many of the stalls and many of the exhibitors have seen going in backward integration in machine tool area, because they want to strengthen their infrastructure, so that they need not have to rely if they want to have a development at their own stage. So we have seen LRT, they are coming with new insertion tool, plasma cutting machines. This trend is also seen in LMW. LMW previously they were not having manufacturing of spare parts and components. Today, last 2019 ITMA, we have seen LMW has launched in manufacturing of spare parts and so they have realized the component, the importance of component to deliver the quality machine, and the availability of component at the right time and right stage is very important. So this all trend is seen. Everyone is taking initiative to manufacture the components in-house. At ITMA, we have been encouraging the machine manufacturer to go for lean competitiveness program, which is being given by MSME, where MSME give 80% of the cost, about somewhere 2.5 lakh, and 30 to 40% the stakeholder has to put, and they can go for lean management or lean competitive program. Now we have tried this program for machine manufacturer. Considering the importance of component manufacture, because most of the machine manufacturers in India are outsourcing components. Hardly there are 10 to 15 machine manufacturers, they are having a complete in-house process right from foundry to packaging. So we have thought to give a lean program to vendors also. So this has been encouraging the vendors to come out with the latest technology and infrastructure to help them to enhance their product quality. This one more development which I have come across, that is Tempo Green Disc. Everyone is trying to reuse it. It was a recycling buzzword during this exhibition. So Tempo Green Disc, the first recyclable texturized disc consists of 3 components: 2 carrier parts, polyurethane ring, PU ring. 2 parts of the carrier can be fastened around the PU ring, separated again after usage and recycled. The unique characteristic contribute to significant carbon dioxide saving, offers same maximum speed, high yarn quality, and contributes to a greener future while overcoming the challenges of waste storage and disposable. From handling to storage, cost and trash taxes, it offers undisputable cost and environmental benefit. This operational lifetime picks up the used discs at the customer's facility, delivers new ones. The new green disc can immediately be installed while the used one start their recycling journey. So this enables it and properly disposes the polyurethane ring. The carrier parts are fully recycled and equipped with a new ring. After a series of quality checks and tests, The new green is ready for you on texturing machines, taking sustainability to heart, tempo substituting, reconciling environmental and economic concerns. We have Rintex is also our member, and they have come out with a new sliver boat, autonomous mobile robot for sliver can navigation for hassle-free transportation of large diameter sliver cans, minimize manual labor, human errors, and reduce downtime, making production more efficient and profitable. It is designed X-axis to offer new perspective selection combination, X-tensor rings and X-gen travelers improve yarn consistency. So what they are claiming, increased yield can be more than 10% without changes in machinery, equipment and sliver can dimensions. Has also helped open and spinning segment to generate up to 10% more sliver space with same can dimension. It also prevents, now they have also come out with wheels, caster wheels, Galpus single axle caster wheel, which prevents the accumulation of dirt and fluff on wheels, ensures stoppage free and securing sliver from breaking during movement and reduce manual labor required for caster cleaning. So cleaning activities can also be reduced.
Mr. Matre, please be fast.
Yeah. Now this development I have come with vertical lap non-woven textile. This is a very new development. They say that if you have lapping of non-woven vertically, it will give us strength. I will not go in deep. I'll just skip. You can go in detail in the slide. Then coming to weaving, skip this. We have seen a shuttle looms for technical textile production. This is a shade development they have made, whereby they can get a higher speed. We have come across sturdy and high and soundproof guards. So these can be installed and these can be used for development purpose. Then this, I think, this someone has already, my colleague has already covered two safe system. This also he has shown. Yeah, one more development. It's an indigenous who has come across. They have come with LED useful identifying the wasp-stop motion. We have seen mechanical, electromagnetic, optic sensors wasp-stop motion, but here LED is used, and this can sense the wasp-stop location also. Where is the yarn broken? Up till now, there was this development was not there to locate the yarn breakage, and they have also come out with replacing the rivets on the heel frame by directly getting these heel joints in the beginning itself. So this will reduce the cramming of the heels and give a good space to heel wires. This is, I think everyone is aware, they are giving a bed to the twin sharing. I will skip this also. I will skip this. Dornier also, this is the same. Everyone is aware about this positive flow of the Dornier. These pads which we have come across, I have brought some sample and we are investigation what is the material they are made of. A new concept where they give us a shrinks to the loom where vibration is reduced considerably. This smart manufacturing watch is available which you can give Cyclops and Argus camera on automation loom inspection system, detects warp, web text and point out and stops loom. This is again narrow weaving. It is used load cells. I'll skip this. I want to concentrate on this is a warping. Always we have seen, we have not seen a warping which has been controlled individually, and it gives a linkage to the direct warping as well as weaving. Altex E system. This I will skip because they have a wider width loop, shuttle loop for technical textile. ITEMA has already been covered. Yes, this one, Evans MacTech. This is a very good development I have come across. They have a small label. If you put a label, they give a detail details about the fabric and the technical specification. I have come across that it is a threat to one of our members who is manufacturing marker they say that markers destroy the cloth and damage the cloth and you have to cut it and throw. So I have conveyed him that there is a very good development which may be a threat to you. You have to come across and have at least a joint venture with this, or you have to go and see how the solution comes out. Wet processing, I have come across there is this printing, double-sided printing technology on the same machine. Same printing we have seen. I brought the fabric also, and this I will skip. I will not go in processing much because one is the Indian Suprano technology by Devon Private Limited. We have come across a reduction in pollution, water and energy load. Lot of points they have covered. They are using up to 90% less overall auxiliary chemicals. There is Dyco textile system, same uses carbon dioxide as the dyeing medium, eliminating use of water and chemicals. Fourth generation carbon dioxide dyeing machine. And hemp technology, now it is getting a very good demand, and that we have to, it may be a future technology we have to see. They have come across with this cone, paper cone. They have built houses where in Italy, I think, in Turkey, there was an earthquake and they have used these houses to save many people. So textile product is going for safety also. Sustainability, I will not speak much. Only Industry 5.0, it reflected in new ethical consideration and a shirking of economic focus in favor of society value. Priorities in human centricity in workplace and in relationship between human and machinery and enhancement of the industry of all involved. So again, now 5.0, we are coming back to importance of, we had a publication ITMA and post ITMA report. I mean post ITMA, still ITMA is giving you help. If no visitor, no exhibitor, you can go on website and you can get a lot of information today also. Friend, only I will not go to technology, but I have come out. See, we have seen wire and sea technology. These good technologies we have seen in 2019. I went to that stall and I inquired about these technologies, which was the top of the exhibition in 2019. But this technology has vanished. Now, how friends, we are speaking about sustainability and technologies have vanished. We have not seen, they might not have been, but they were not displayed. They were not given that importance during this exhibition. Many of such technologies, we have come, even weaving looms also. This was a very good technology which I have come across. In ITMA, they were having this loom, which was having all three technologies on one loom. That also this time I was not able to see. Then Dornier, there was a very good loom where they call it for car upholstery. It was a soundproof cabin they have developed for loom. We have not seen this. We have not seen this loom also where Dornier has displayed his loom, where all the apparel was manufactured on the loom itself. So, considering this, I once again feel that sustainability has to take forward. This was also powder rake technology, then beam cooling device, reduced load devices on motor, smart energy consumption, lubrication system, even Stobly, this no lubrication system, we have not come across. And printing and finishing, there were many technologies. I will not go in deep because waterless smart dyeing by Alchemy, the Alchemy stall was not there this time. Habesit stall was not showing this smart printing blanket. And technical textile, we have seen digital retrofitting, mixed reality learning, that is what we call it, ITA, 2D and 3D objects, virtual reality. For training, we can use this technology. But this also was not having that much importance this time. And this was also non-contact spray technology I didn't come across. So these were the few important technologies which we have come across in 2019. We found missing. The buzzword shaping the future was a buzzword, and I just added in India. So let us see how we are successful. We are coming with ITME Africa now in December. And then thanks to all my colleagues, President, Nisti and moderator. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Matre, for detailed presentation and keeping up with the speed. For, if at all we have to be successful as a machinery manufacturer in India, if at all we want to make India as a base for textile machinery, how government is helping in this regard, and which machines and which accessories are possible to be produced over here? Is there any efforts from both the sides, from the government as well as from the textile industry?
Yeah,
Machinery industry. Can you just elaborate on this?
from government side, there was a tough, now a tough and tough is discontinued. It will be substituted by PLI scheme. We are working on that, and PLI scheme, because they are demanding for 100 crores investment. This is very difficult for machinery manufacturer. We are bringing around that investment, and then it will be benefited for machinery manufacturer. Now, what to manufacture? What I rightly say in the beginning, components are very important part of the machine. If you have good component, automatically machine will be delivered with a state-of-the-art level and high-tech machine. So we have already presented some critical components which are high value, which are highly important to the Textile Commissioner Office, and they have submitted to MOT, Ministry of Textile. You might be knowing that we are coming, machine manufacturers are coming under Ministry of Heavy Industry. So the funds which are mainly are diverted to cement and sugarcane, these are major industries. Textile is hardly getting, but still there are a lot of schemes are there under MHI, Ministry of Joint Ventures, then Technology Development Fund, which is presently collaborating public partnership model with IIT, PhD College, and then scheme for formation of CFC by MHI. Then MSME is also coming forward with IC scheme, supporting Indians to go abroad and see the technology, and they are sponsoring. MSME is also coming with lean manufacturing scheme. So these are the various schemes. We have to concentrate on certain critical part which are mainly giving importance to energy, going green, and sustainability and wastages.
Great. Mr. Matre, how things are happening as for global research and development firms as far as textile industry is concerned in India?
India being an opportunistic country and jugaad-based economy, India has flourished in difficult situation, and we are second highest supplier of PPE kits in the world during the difficult period of COVID. In short span of time, India has transferred operations from conventional garment fabric units to PPE units, kits units. India has always proved to be in front when it calls for low cost innovation, whereby an appreciation needs to be recorded for those SMEs, especially ITMA members who have developed mass making and automatic sanitizer disposable machine and disinfection chambers during the crucial and challenging lockdown period. Now, if you see the study of UNESCO of gross expenditure in R&D in various sectors spent by the government, business enterprises, and educational institute, India is the second highest in contribution when compared with other 9 countries, while Japanese government is spending the least on R&D among all, and still in technology aspect, Japan is considered at the top among all. Now, what is the problem? I think, as per my experience and knowledge, the ecosystem has to be developed. We have to rightly place the fund in the right hand and right development. So scouting of technology is very important, and association should take initiative to scout the technology. What I have tried my level best during ITMA to scout the technology, bring it to India, share it with my member. Thereby they can enhance the quality of the machine by implementing this technology through joint ventures, through transfer of technology, or through inbuilt manufacturing under Atmanirbhar Bharat or Make in India scheme. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Matre. In fact, viewers gone through all the innovations which have happened from the sustainability point of view, which are well covered by Mr. Naveen, Mr. Athalle, and Mr. Matre now. And you can see that on my screen, there are green initiatives. We need to have complete green everywhere to breathe ourselves and give breathing capacity to our next generation as well. So for that, we need to take care of the environment. We need to come out with our own natural dyes, natural chemicals, which will help us in bringing the colors, but also care of the environment. And sustainability would be the answer for tomorrow. In anything which we are doing, manufacturing, R&D facilities, or whatever we are doing, we need to be sustainable in all respect. It will give us various types of commitment towards recycling. We will be accounting sourcing of various natural things. At the same time, productivity as well as ethical human practices would be the next thing which would be required for this purpose. All green practices to be followed, compliances and certifications would be the buzzword as far as the coming industry is concerned. And of fibers, right from the you can say from chinning up to the garmenting, everywhere we need to see that how we can extract whatever waste is there from that, how we can extract fibers, how we can reutilize them either in the same spinning concept or for any other purposes like non-woven industry, how we can best utilize physical properties of the fibers, that we need to see. And ultimately the aim should be for the profitability. If we see snapshot of India, we have done quite remarkably well in case of spinning, but we have not done that well when it comes to tradition, barring few examples. So we need to adopt appropriate technology. In fact, now there is a time invent our own technologies also in India. We have done that well in spinning, but for other sectors, we need to come out with our own international technologies. We need to modernize our existing setups. If we see Indian textile industry, we have a lot of old machines and yet not modernized. So our operating costs are very high. That needs to be monitored quite well. Quality parameters should be the buzzword for anything and everything. Whatever we are doing, there should not be any compromise on quality. Otherwise, we have seen how things have happened with other countries, that we should learn from those mistakes. We need to have optimization for productivity by compromising on quality. We need to manage our waste properly. We need to be very, very vigilant controls on the waste management. Education and standardization, these are the things which are required for future. Of course, less power, less water, less labor, and complete process control. These are the things by which we can get better productivity. Already Indians have produced quite well. LMW, we have seen that they have done remarkably well in the entire spinning sector. Some looms have been produced, some processing machines have been produced. We have seen in digital printing, very good machines are already there. Mr. Mhatre has covered a lot of accessories. Similarly, LCC has also come out with new innovations. Then when we talk of technical textile, these are very compact lines, and these compact lines means complete total operating cost would be less, and that is going to help us. A lot of innovations have happened during ITMA. They have come out with micro punch as far as needling technology is concerned, which is as good as spunless as per their claim. We have to see how the results are. At the same time, if we see the complete needle punching line, for example, it is very compact. You can get much higher productivity at lower operating cost, and that's why we can maximize our profitability during this. If at all we see India's technical textile vision, we need to have increase in exports, 5 times increase in coming 3 years to reach to almost 100 billion US dollar from 33 billion US dollar. Domestic production has to go to 250 billion US dollar. These are our goals. To these goals, we need to invest in appropriate technology. We need to focus on high value added production. PLI scheme of government is also telling us that you have to have double the turnover of your investment, and 25% we have to increase every year. It is very challenging, and government is telling us that these are the roadmaps which you should follow. With innovative marketing techniques, I am sure that we can do this. Global branding needs to be done, and with collaboration and JV partners of across the world, we can come out with this. There has to be a proper roadmap. This is a sample roadmap which I have given for anything and everything: R&D, sustainability, value addition, cost efficiency, concept selling, consistent quality, as well as ventures. We need to plan our businesses quite well. We need to achieve it by having complete sampling procedures. We need to know that what we are going to produce, what would be the R&D focus for us, which focus sectors are there in the globe, what is the best focus sector for me, I should go for which product, that needs to be studied quite well. How we can utilize our waste, that is what is the answer for the industry now, because all brands are asking for minimum 5 to 10% of recycled waste to be used in a product, and 1%. this shows that there is a lot of potential for using complete waste can be recycled and can be brought into the process. We need to know which technology I should go reaping profits, what are the various product mix possibilities for me, which products I can produce even by using waste, how we can encash on the recent developments which are happening globally. What would be my growth drivers? If at all I'm coming out with certain products, I need to study that. And then investment and profitability plays very important role. How I can be more profitable by using what type of raw material, what should be my operating cost levels, how I can optimize that, whether digital printing and finishing, what are the, why do I should enter, why not to enter. I'm just giving you samples. So whatever product line which we are thinking of, we should think of why I should enter and why I should not enter. What are the, where are the red lights, where are the yellow lights, and which are the for that particular business line. We need to know that what is the tentative projects, which projects I can go for, is the product capacity, what should be the optimum capacity, how much would be the project cost, and what are my returns on investment, like sales turnover, cost of production, and then return on investment. For that, I need to strategize myself with the global footprints as well as with the domestic footprints, who are my competitors, how I can analyze them, how I can win over the competition, how to hit the right target. That is what is the entire segment, what we are thinking of. You can bring the technology, you can have your own machines, but you need to know the business tactics as well. This is in nutshell from me. Now let's open this forum for question and answer session. So I invite questions from, if at all there is anybody from NIST who has already got the questions, those can be, those people can ask the question right directly to the speakers.
Avinash, you can take up the questions. We are hands are raised, and thereafter they can send it to us, and we'll send to the speakers, because and thereafter speak up by Dr. Kothari, and then
Okay,
we will come to vote up. Thanks.
fine. Shailesh, you have raised the hand. Can you please ask your question, please?
Yes, sir. My question is for Mr. Naveen. First of all, let me congratulate all of you for a very nice presentation, and kudos to
Thank you.
Team NIST and to the moderator and all speakers.
Thank
I
you,
wish
sir.
to know from Mr. Naveen that is there any 3D warp-D spacer warp knitting machine in India of Kalmar installed
Yeah,
through
of
them?
course, India, the Kalmar is producing 3D, and in India we have warp knitting machine in North India. Mainly they are utilizing right now for the shoe upper.
Mhm.
For shoe upper, double needle bar machine, and our customer Jasmine, and then Versatile, they are the prominent user of such machine. But the 3D machine or double needle bar machine, you can have a spacer up to 75 millimeter. Of course, shoe industry doesn't require more than 3 millimeter, but we have such application also for the seat covers, bike covers, car seat covers, and all. Those applications are widely increasing in India also.
Thank you, sir. I'll connect you one-to-one. I have some special
Please,
application.
please, anytime, anytime.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
there
Thank
is
you.
Thank you.
there is another hand raised by TCASIMK. I don't know what it is.
Unmute yourself. Yes.
Yeah, please ask your question. Hello.
Yeah.
No, I think he has raised his hand long back, so I don't know. what has
Sir,
happened.
some questions are there in the chat box if the speakers.
I have answered many of your questions directly to you also, but you can connect me anytime.
Okay, sir.
I could do my whatever best. I got your your contacts also, so we can connect again. Absolutely
Okay,
no
sir.
problem.
You may take Professor Kusal Sen now.
Yeah, thank you. Nice work. A lot of people have done a lot of hard work, and I think it's gone very well.
Thank you.
The only thing which I am wanted to know, in case it is possible, anyone who's been the speaker or Avinash himself. I mean, the future is saying like what we should do is a separate story, which I wanted to know. Coming from the point of view of sustainability itself, as we said, about 1/5 of the area was by our own Indian industries. Can we highlight some of the new process technologies which were demonstrated, which are in some sense qualify in the sustainable terms from the Indian manufacturers or companies? anyone who has highlighted this, or any other Indian machinery manufacturer who has developed something different, which is also will come into the category of sustainable, system.
Yeah, Mr. Atalne, can you please answer?
Yeah.
Please unmute yourself. It's unmute, but we are
Yeah.
unable to hear you.
Yeah, you are not audible.
Am I audible
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
Yes,
perfectly.
yes.
Yeah,
Please.
yeah.
Please
So
go ahead.
one Indian dye stuff manufacturer has come out with a dye range which is dyeable under neutral exhaust conditions. Means, of course, this is not a new concept or new development. This was developed by one Japanese organization long back, but then it was discontinued because of some reasons. But now some modifications in that concept was done by the Indian manufacturer, and he has recently developed this concept of neutral exhaust reactive dyes. So the requirement of the salt is totally removed, and the polyester cotton or polyester viscose blend can be dyed in one bath, one step process, which normally the conventional method needs at least one bath, two stage, or two bath, two stage process. So this is something, and even the medium to dark shades can be dyed, because the old concept which then got discontinued was had some limitations in terms of fastness. But probably this new concept, if it becomes economically viable, then probably it will save a lot of energy, time, and the waste sludge generation.
Yeah, and one more thing is about, I think ColorJet has put up their own digital printing machine. Can we call it as sustainable technology?
Yes, the digital digital printing is, of course, many exhibitors showcase their concepts and technologies. In that, Indian exhibitors were also there. And there, the new concept of the pigment inkjet one-step process, that means the pre-coat and in the wet on wet inkjetting, followed by the finishing for the fastness enhancement. So all these were clubbed together. So that was also another really interesting concept.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Sen, is it okay? Yeah. Mr. Kuldeep Kumar Sharma, please ask your question.
Good evening, everyone, and good thanks from industry, including Mr. Naveen Agrawal, Avinash.
Yeah.
And
Please go ahead.
and others as well. It was all a very good presentation by all the speakers from the industry. But still, I am fascinated by analysis of Atalne, and I would love, if he's taking a class, I would join his class as well to be analytical in mind. So it is special thanks to him that my special curiosity for this ITMA show, because I could not go this time to ITMA. I have been attending ITMA exhibitions right from 70s onwards. So this is, I just would like to know that engineering and technology aspect of the machine makers have been very well translated by Professor Atalne to application point of view, to the user's point of view. Yet I would like to know that from machine makers' point of view, is there any address to the ESG compliance direct to the user of machinery? If so, please tell us now or later as per your convenience, because time is too short and I would like to not like to be criminal for the time now to be used by myself. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sure, sir.
Thank you, sir.
We'll communicate separately, because now I think we are running short of time.
Yes.
Yeah. Mr. Baser, would you like to ask your question, please?
Yeah, good evening. No, I actually raised my hand because somebody asked about the sustainable technology from India. So
Okay.
I just wanted to.
No, it was in the context of ITMA, and I think that's
so
why.
I had
Yeah.
presented my technology at ITMA at Hall 11 in stall number B305B. So I was very much
Okay.
present in ITMA. I had exhibited my technology at ITMA.
Very
And
good.
this is the waterless technology, which Mr. Atale also highlighted.
Yeah.
Mr. Matre also talked about Supra Uno. That is our technology. So
Okay.
we are actually having a better technology than whoever is having in the world, where we are able to do all types of textiles, not only polyester. So I think on 14th, I'm grateful to the organizers that they will be keeping our session where we'll be talking about our Indian technology in detail. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have
Thank you.
already announced, Dr. Baser,
Very happy to know
we
that.
will have your presentation on 14th of
Sure.
August.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah. Mr. Rajesh Kumar, please ask your question.
Yeah, sir, very good and very informative presentation that I had seen. Very well organized by Dr. Lal. After a very long time, I am hearing his voice. After 10 years, I thought. Very informative presentation, sir. Just I would like to know 2-3 points. Nowadays in European standards, they are asking some obligations for 5 to 10% reused materials should be compulsory for export from this country. For with respect to these type of reprocessing, is there any technologies showcased in the ITMA?
Yeah, there were many technologies for recycling technology. There were at least 3 to 4 stalls. All are renowned. They are into non-own space basically. But you can use that 6-drum manufacturing process is there, which can be used for recycling fibers.
Only fibers. What about the fabrics, fabric waste and other things? Sir?
No. Waste
To
which is
convert the
coming
fabric waste,
yeah,
yarn waste
into fibers. Yes. You can put any type of waste, including recycled to fibers, and then you can use these fibers for whatever use you want to.
even for synthetic fibers as well as natural
Yes,
fibers,
even
or only for the natural?
In fact, all fibers. It depends upon how we are segregating.
Yes.
Segregated properly, you can utilize that as you can recycle whatever you have, either post-consumer waste or pre-consumer waste. It can be strips also. It can be any other type of waste which can be reprocessed. Thank you.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
sorting
Dr.
is a-
Prakash Kude, can you please ask your question?
Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
It was very wonderful webinar. I will first like to thanks Naveen sir, Professor Atale sir, and ND Matre sir for the wonderful sessions. So I have one questions for the Atale sir. He has like to talk about the natural polysters in one of the lecture, slides in substrates. So I would like to know how the natural polyester has been, the technology has been coming in this ITMA, how they are showcased, what is the actually the concept behind that?
Yes, basically this concept is not a new concept. The polyester derived from lactic acid, the polylactic acid based polyester, so PLA polyester. And this polyester is developed from corn and sugarcane. So lactic acid, which is extracted from corn and sugarcane, and then the polyester is made. So the conventional polyester is made from the petrochemical base, and this is made from the natural raw material. So that is why it is called as natural polyester or the regenerated polyester, where the biodegradability is to the tune of around 85%. Though this is not a new concept or new fiber, when it was developed, it had many limitations in terms of the durability, in terms of getting uniformity and the strength. But the developments which have happened recently in terms of enhancing the tensile strength of the product and making it more suitable for the coloration and the print application. So some exhibitors, some dyes manufacturer, chemical manufacturers highlighted the products in terms of application, and the fiber manufacturers came out with this modified PLA concept, and that is how the natural polyester, or probably in future we'll see more of such natural products in the market.
Like even in Reliance, like I think as far as I know, Reliance is also manufacturing some biodegradable polyester fibers.
Yes.
So,
So
and PL is also like already we know, which has been used as a biodegradable bags and other manufacturing plants.
true.
So it is also like similar to that technology.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
In fact, that's what we have discussed. Now things are going to change. There we are going towards more natural. So thank you very much, all the speakers as well as all people who have asked these questions. It was a great evening. Now I hand over to Mr. Dr. Lal now, please.
Good evening. It was very educative and informative webinar. We had almost 4 presentations, including one from Avinash, which was really highlighted the developments which are occurring in the arena of textiles. As we all know that the population of the world is increasing, and also the per capita consumption of textile is increasing. This creates a lot of concerns regarding the solid waste, as well as the environmental concerns about polluting the water streams and polluting the air. So obviously, a lot of emphasis was placed in the presentations on sustainability and the circularity. Recyclability of the products becomes very important in that. And all the people highlighted the type of developments which are shown in the ITMA with reference to different technologies, as the value chain in the textiles is fairly large, and there are various different segments, and each segment there are a lot of machines involved to really produce the goods. So in each one of them, there have been a lot of developments, and the presentations really highlighted the developments which are occurring in spinning, weaving, knitting, processing, various machine parts and other technologies, and the things which are happening in terms of digitalization, increasing the speeds, increasing the productivity of the machines, reducing the manpower requirement, automation. The things which were happening earlier are really occurring at much faster pace, and a lot of development obviously occurs and are highlighted during ITMA. That's why people look forward to the new developments coming and presented in ITMA. We had very learned speakers presenting during the evening for very interesting presentations, and I think we all benefited from the presentations. It was very well organized sort of webinar, and I hope there will be many questions which are really troubling our mind. Probably people will have many more questions for the speakers, and maybe the Dr. Lal and his team could really take up some of them with the speakers through the NISTI platform. Would really be very, it was really highlighted that India is also coming into the picture and trying to showcase the type of developments which are occurring in India, and trying to highlight and things which could really be of benefit to the textile machinery industry and the textile industry in general. So this very few words I would like to really say is thank you to all the 3 speakers and the moderator for this particular webinar. And I hope that we'll look forward to hearing them again in much more detail where we have more time available to us. Thank you.